Hey, this is Karen from Shame On. Thanks for listening, but did you know that we do the show every Thursday live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time? You can watch live exclusively at gasdigitalnetwork.com. Gas Digital members not only get the live stream, but also the video version of the show, live chat, archived episodes, plus brand new episodes 5 days before they go to iTunes, Google Play, or anywhere else. We've also got a bunch of other great shows on the network, like The Josta Show, Legion of Skanks, Tim Dillon is Going to Hell, and many more. That's gasdigitalnetwork.com. When you check out, use the promo code SHAME, and the monthly membership is just $6. Plus, you get a 14-day free trial to see if you like it. Also, subscribe to us on iTunes and leave a review. And it better be positive, you fucking losers. It's gasdigitalnetwork.com, promo code SHAME when you check out.
You're a bitch, you're a slut, you're so ugly, you're a mutt, go fuck yourself, shame on! You're a nerd, you're too fat, fuck your shoes, fuck your hat, go fuck yourself, shame on! Fuck you, fuck me, fuck everybody, go fuck yourself, shame on! Whoa, shame on! We hate you! 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 We hate you, shame on!
All right, welcome back to Shame On, you piece of shit. Karen and I just dragged our sick asses out of bed.
I wasn't really sick, but I found out you were, so now I decided to be sick.
So we're both high on fish amoxicillin because it's the only drugs we can get in this no insurance wasteland.
Listen, you have to give me credit for introducing you to taking fish medicine.
You should have seen me try and get some today. I was like, do you have fish amoxicillin? And they're like, what are you talking about? So I Google it for him, and right under the amoxicillin, there's like a big ad that says, yes, humans can take fish amoxicillin.
Really?
And I'm like trying to hide it from the guy. Yeah, it was so embarrassing. I've never felt like more of a drug addict.
Well, drug addict, pour person.
Yeah.
It's like, it's incredible.
We got to hurry this podcast up before I die. I took 3 laxative popsicles. We got to rush this thing through.
What are you you're congested, so you're taking laxatives? Has nothing to do with your shit?
Yeah,
no, it has nothing to do with it.
Orifices. No, see, all orifices lead to orifices.
Listen, sorbitol has less calories, all right? Solid poops is no reason to, this fish mox got me.
Really like you on cold meds. You're a little fuzzy, a little less sharp, a little less pew pew.
That's the
Good
best
for me.
high, I feel like, is cold meds.
I like it.
All right, the voice you're hearing before she's been goddamn
It's
introduced.
I thought that she was gonna not do it. I thought
Me too.
of all the people who won't start talking before we introduce them. I'm like, Cobb's not gonna fucking do that.
No, I know.
She's
Week
not
after week, we bring in these unprofessional
douchebags.
goddamn
Fuck
comics.
you.
All right, this week, as you could tell from the fucking title, we're shaming crowdfunders, people who don't want to earn their own money, so they get their friends and family to feel bad for them. Fucking pay their bills. You got money. Why can't I have it? This week, last week.
I don't want all of it. I just want a little bit of yours, a little bit of yours, a little bit of yours. Give me a little bit of yours, and then I'll feel better.
This week, the comedy community was rocked.
Oh, God. Yeah, they were rocked.
Was rocked by comedians GoFundMe claiming she was too emotionally unwell to pay her own rent, and the author of such a GoFundMe, usually they're written by a friend to help them, but she wrote her own.
Yeah.
You got to give yourself
Give it
credit.
up.
Angela
Absolutely.
Cobb.
I write my own shit.
Welcome to that program.
I mean, if you can write, why waste that skill?
I mean, legit,
It doesn't make people think maybe she should get a job as a writer.
Right.
Maybe she should submit a couple little ideas, some essays.
I know. Can I hire you to write my GoFundMe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your campaign, Angela?
Oh my God. The thing is, I'm even cynical about my own campaign. So honestly, this is going to be...
Well, how the fuck are people going to get behind you if you don't believe in your own GoFundMe?
No, I totally believe first of all, I totally believe my own GoFundMe, and I was very touched by how fast everybody helped me out. I like a lot
Who's everybody?
Well,
people.
most people don't leave anonymous donations because what else?
Right.
Can you bring it up? Can you bring it up, Dana, on the screen?
Thanks, Dana. I want to do you have any of it memorized from heart? Do you have
No,
any
not at all.
sentences?
That's all right. We're gonna bring it up, and then we can read it aloud.
Oh my God, this is hysterical.
How does this work? Are we there? All right.
Where are we?
It's
30
so
seconds
beautiful.
out, Dana?
All right.
I mean, I did a Kickstarter. We'll get there, but
We'll get there.
I put in a lot of.
So usually GoFundMe's, it's like, like 5 of my children got cancer all at the same time.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Well, wow, she's got $5,406.
I'm gonna actually shut it off.
You got overfunded. You haven't shut it off yet. You greedy bitch.
Well, damn straight.
Holy shit!
Out of a 3,000. Hold on, I'm gonna find this because I wanted her to read the actual campaign.
There it is. There
okay.
it is. Teleprompter.
Would
I'm not an idiot.
Actually, would you read this for us, Angela? Because I don't think we're going to do it justice. Dan, is there any
my
way
God.
to play
Are you serious
violins
right
behind?
Oh my God, this is hysterical.
We'll put it in post.
It's funny. I feel like I'm gonna beat both of you up by the end of this. Your nose is gonna look worse than mine.
That's mean.
Anyway,
Angela, just read us a couple, the first paragraph.
I feel like I'm gonna read it in like a mocking storyteller voice.
Okay.
My name is Angela Cobb, and I am a 29-year-old New York City stand-up comedian. I am also one of many, both in my creative community and outside of it, who suffers from and struggles with severe depression and anxiety. This is something I dealt with for most of my life in varying degrees of intensity, but something that has really began to negatively impact my day-to-day life and impede on my ability to function in a noticeable way in the last 5 years.
Okay, so then we're going to skip ahead. Okay, so due to anxiety and panic attacks, what personal hygiene, blah, 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 blah. You cannot... What is it? What are you looking for money for? What are we looking for?
No. So basically, I've missed a lot of work. I still have,
You have a job.
Yeah,
But you haven't been going.
No, I mean, they've given me some, a leave of absence,
How are you
basically.
not getting fired?
No, because they're cool people.
Really?
What do you do?
Yeah.
I work as a receptionist at a staffing agency.
And they're just paying you to not
they're
receive?
they're at
No.
a staffing agency.
Yeah. No, they're not. No, first of all, it's when I say leave of absence, it's not paid leave of absence.
Oh.
It's just like some time, off.
Oh,
and
they're
then
letting you figure it out, but you're still technically employed.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll probably go back next week. It's not anything long, severe. It's maybe 2
Once
weeks.
you've got the money, time to go back to work.
So you have panic attacks just being a receptionist, just answering the phone?
No, it's not. I don't have panic attacks at work or anything like that. It's like a morning panic attack.
Oh, you can't. You have that thing like agoraphobia or whatever. You can't leave your house. Are you shit in bags and stuff? Is that the personal hygiene thing?
Is that the bag of the shit that you had in your bag?
That's
that you
my dog
in?
shit,
That's
and it keeps my arms and my hands warm when it's in my pocket.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Sometimes I
What's
do
your
that.
excuse?
Karen keeps
I just
her
told
out
you.
in case she runs into Martin Shkreli. That was Karen. She didn't get enough promo for that.
Thank you so much.
Meanwhile, I would totally fuck that AIDS banker. What does he do?
I think that was a great idea, right? Turned out to work out for everyone.
Everybody love that. Okay, so you wake up in the morning, you're like, I don't want to go to work today. You
No,
call
that's
in
not-
panic attack.
No, that's
Okay.
not. That's not. It's,
Press 3 if you're having a panic
I
attack.
know that should be how it is. I mean, I don't know. Look, I'm not 100% sure if I can ask you guys questions too, or how this is all
Yeah,
gonna
we
work.
don't care. That's why we shamed ourselves up top for taking medicine for fish.
Right. No, I got you. Yeah. I mean, you for instance, you're in recovery, and
Yes,
everything like
sure.
that. So
Oh,
you,
God, don't
Kinda.
make her talk about her alcoholism.
My
She's-
God, can we talk about me once in a while?
And I
Talk
don't
about your
know- and I
shitty
don't know,
twin brother
Micah-
every fucking week.
And I don't know if you have any issues or if there's just no excuse for this.
Micah
but-
has panic attacks. Micah's panic attacks all the time. She can't get on planes.
I just started going back on planes, but there was...
She rips her hair out. Show her the hole.
I have holes in my hair because
Show her the
I have
hole.
trichotillomania. I had rolling panic attacks. I didn't stop having panic attacks for 2 weeks. About
Wow.
5 years ago, I went to the hospital with them.
Yeah.
Got a hospital bill for $1,000.
Yeah, well, then you need. That's
just but of course I was too poor
Right.
to pay it, and
Well,
they just let
Why
it go.
didn't you do a crowdfunder?
Well, no, but
why
they-
didn't you fund the crowd?
But she's.
Because I have pride.
there we go.
I have pride.
I have pride. Angela,
Has no pride.
where are your parents?
My parents?
Yeah.
Oh, my parents are broke as fuck, so they're not gonna be. I'm one of the.
And what nerve do you have going into the arts to begin with? This is not a poor people's game.
No,
Yeah, it is.
You sort of have to have. Well, yeah, but it's a poor people's game, and you know what they do? Then they struggle. I can make $1,000 in a night if I fucking want to or need to. I've done it multiple times. Just fucking shut my mouth. Or
Have you thought about
you know what?
stepping on people's faces for money?
Oh yeah.
So easy. It's like $300 right away. Or you know what? The other thing is, if you're not surviving, then it's Darwinism. Then it's like
I know.
take a step back, go back home, pack it in for a month.
But here's
or two.
the thing. Well, see, now, I don't know what we're gonna get into here. It's like I'm kind of in a position where it's like basically. I mean, if we want to really get into it, legit. I mean,
We want to get deep.
Into
get
it.
deep. I mean,
Too
no. I
legit
mean,
to quit.
financially, it's like I mean, my parents split a few years ago. Like my
Yeah.
dad's in a homeless shelter on Long Island.
Fuck.
And you took money just to
Fuck.
pursue comedy?
You're not
No.
gonna throw your dad
Shouldn't
a G?
you should have used him to get money.
him a
Like,
new
put my
tent.
dad in a home.
And no.
Get him a new
And,
tent.
Get him
at
a
least.
Casper.
and not like an old. He's a homeless. And
Wow.
my mom and my sister are currently living on Long Island with my aunt and my uncle. And my mom's working and trying to get out of that situation. But I'm
Yeah.
saying so it's not. There's not like a lot of She feels bad because she and I don't. Obviously, I'm not a kid, so I'm not like, no, you're not supposed to like support me. But you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, like.
But you can't go home because there is no home.
Basically,
I
yeah,
get it now.
Essentially,
Because already your other family members are taking advantage of the other family members. So
It's-
you're out of family
So,
members.
so you're saying there's no one in your life that you could go to, ask, and maybe like think outside the box, maybe not necessarily a family member, where you could be like, hey,
Well-
can I just hold up for like
the thing is, it's like, I mean, okay. There was a number of issues that were going on with this. It wasn't just like the rent situation. There was like other like mounting debts and things like that were becoming.
what?
Like,
yeah,
You have
am-
mounting debt? What the fuck? I mean, give me a break.
I haven't paid my taxes in 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
I have a tax situation. I think I can get arrested. I've never gone to jury duty.
Right.
I feel like there's like a financial warrant out for me.
No,
that
I
if
hear. So
were-
you're, and by the way, as I interrupt,
Yeah.
by the way, like when I say,
Thank you for acknowledging it.
of course,
I like your masculine energy, though. I give it to you. Like, I'm like, she's
Oh,
right.
I-
Go ahead, Cobb. I bet it's good.
I know. I like it. Oh my God. Yeah,
I love you, Cobb, because you're being like legit. You're being like, listen, like there is no home to go back to. It's like, all right, well now we've turned a little corner.
Yeah,
like,
that's problem number one. We're like, go move in with your parents. You don't have any good ones. Okay,
No,
next.
no. No, I actually, I have good parents actually, but
she's such
um,
a bitch. She hates her mother, and
I
it's her
haven't
fault.
talked. I haven't talked to my mom in 3 years
It's
just
all-
because I won't apologize for talking shit about her on a different podcast.
that's amazing.
She's
No,
a
that's
terrible-
actually amazing.
Terrible daughter.
That's amazing.
Don't listen to her. She doesn't know
No,
about-
but see, I'm Italian, so I can appreciate that. Like, I feel like like there were family members who didn't talk for dumber reasons than that.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so the point that I was gonna make in terms of debts. By debts, I don't mean like anonymous debts. Like I'm the same way as you guys. Like if it's like an agency or whatever, I'm like I don't have to look at Sally Mae every day, or like
Right.
Sally Mae is not a friend of mine. So like I'm not like I owe some friends, but that kind of stuff. So there was that. I wanted to take care.
So you've been
So
doing like
instead
a
of-
finger fund me
Yeah.
this whole time. and
Damn
you
straight.
just went public.
No.
With a bigger umbrella. Wow.
Yeah, if you borrow money, you have to pay it back. But if you just beg for it, you
How-
get to keep it.
And
By the
how
way-
long do you think this $5,000? This isn't going to take you far. I mean,
Oh,
that's
no,
not going to last.
of course not. No,
That's
that's-
gone. That's gone tomorrow. So my thing is the underlying behavior that's created this situation. That's what needs to be rectified.
Right. Oh,
this
yeah,
is
sure.
a Band-Aid, and then
Yes, you're
may,
right
in
about
fact,
that.
Make things worse because it sort of reinforces the thought that I can just behave like this.
Well, this
and
is
then
very,
the
and what you're
crowd
talking about
will
is like
save me.
addict and enabling and stuff,
Right.
which is a good point that you bring up.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, my dad's an alcoholic, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like, so we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
No, I think that like, there's something they call para-alcoholism, which
Okay.
is basically like,
Sounds sexy.
Ooh, it's where you're an alcoholic and you jump out of a plane.
I was thinking with a parasol and you dance like choreographed.
that's hilarious.
stuff.
Oh, I thought it's because when you're an alcoholic and you break your legs from falling and then you have to be in a wheelchair.
Right, paraplegic.
para-alcoholic.
Yes, the
Paraplegic
Yeah,
alcoholic.
good.
Oh, it's when two alcoholics hang out together.
that actually was really funny.
I knew we'd
a
get that.
para-alcoholics, like,
There was no way I was going to get another one, and so sometimes I have to
Like,
let her
she's a
get two
fucking
in a row
Borscht
so that
Belt.
we can move forward with the conversation.
listen, you Borscht Belt Jew. Anyway, so Anyway, no. So my point is, I'm totally with you on this.
Yeah.
There are obviously this issue like anxiety, depression, whatever, but then there are also underlying behaviors that need to be addressed too.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel that basically alcoholism is when like I'm not an alcoholic, but from growing up around when you have traits that are
Sure.
common among alcoholics,
Right.
like what you were saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Like drinking a lot.
No, actually not. No. But like a lot of the
Can we get like one?
no, it's okay.
Someone has to make these terrible jokes or my head will fucking explode. Continue.
I know, but I just want to get to the through line of this because I think what she's saying is like I do the behavior.
It's not her fault. She's a piece of shit. I get it.
Oh my
Which
God.
is what alcoholics think, which is why you're a para-alcoholic.
I just have
That's actually was kinda
discovered.
deep. No, I don't think shit.
You know, the thing is, Angela, you're also known as like this truth-telling, like hard-ass comedian in ways too. That you're very quick to like call people out on their
Which
bullshit.
is why
yeah.
we were so stunned when you came out with this needy ass shit.
Well, no, this is also that's fine. No, that's
It's
fine.
showtime with Angela Cobb.
That's
Tap dance for us.
no, fuck you. That's no, but I do appreciate it, and this is why obviously I agreed to do this podcast too, because like I'm ready for people to say things
Yeah.
one way or the other, and
Yeah.
because one thing I will say, for example, I know there's been a lot of talk about like with rape things, and I think you did like a rape even shaming episode. Or
we were raped last week.
Air
for
quote
science.
Right.
I said, and I'll go on record as saying this. I'll like we're in court or something. I said on some Facebook post about this, and I feel this way. Just because you're a rape victim doesn't make you an instantly funnier comic. Just because you're, a social justice warrior and you got, hurt in Black Lives Matter doesn't mean you're funny all of a sudden. You know what I mean? And I feel the same way about me. Don't book me on your show because I had to go for, you know what I'm saying? So if somebody suddenly...
Nobody did that, right?
No, but you know what I'm saying? No, but if someone suddenly is like, someone who like, I've never even, it's like, Angela's wonderful. Like, I'm going to be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So trust me, like I have a certain level of careful cynicism about this. Also, though, I'm one of those people who, the people I give a shit about, like I might care what they think, but for the most part, like, I don't really care.
So you were like, fuck you, give me money.
I know.
Fuck you, pay me.
The need.
No.
You are Italian as fuck.
Yeah.
Did you threaten anyone to
Do
donate?
you owe money to the Italian mob? Like, what's going on?
Actually, see, it's funny though because the Italian
Always pay their debts.
that I guess, and also
Right?
it's I feel like it's very actually un-Italian thing. Like the GoFundMe was a very un-Italian thing.
Yeah,
because
they would just like
Because it
kill
was in
someone for
public.
money.
Yeah.
It was legal.
Yeah.
Like my thing is like Angela, I feel like I could go to you and be like, listen, I know I could get you a job where you can bank a couple grand in like a week. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Do you? Could
if
you?
If I really wanted to, if I needed to make it really fast, I could.
You could bank a couple grand. You could bank a couple
Yeah,
grand.
I could think I could.
Doing what?
Just service jobs, industry
just-
jobs. I
yeah.
would work like I've worked 16-hour days.
Oh, no,
I've
I know.
worked
And-
18-hour
and by
days.
the way,
I've like shot a film and then gone and like bartended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
you work hard. You do.
I'm the greatest.
No, you do work hard. I definitely think you do.
Do you know what takes away anxiety and depression and like kind of like feeling anxious?
Oxycontin.
Fucking work.
Oh, damn! I know.
And
Oxy
here's
from
the
my
thing.
mom.
This is why.
Oxycontin.
This is why. Also, in my GoFundMe, I tried to get slightly specific because I don't think people. I've seen like shitty GoFundMes where it's been like
Yeah, it's right up there.
Yeah, I know.
Where
Yeah,
is it?
it's like,
Dan-
no, it's
Dana took it down, but we've all seen it.
I actually stand by it not being as shitty as a lot of them. But anyway,
I did a Kickstarter.
but that you've said that like 100 times. She
Really?
brings up her Kickstarter more than I bring up my virginity
just
loss,
saying.
which I haven't brought up yet in this conversation. Anyway,
Wait, did you say you donated to mine? You
No,
did,
yeah,
right?
I
What?
did.
You did?
Yeah, she did.
I did. Of
You'll
course
never
I-
see that money again,
How
Cobb.
much did you donate
She's
to Karen's?
Probably like $50.
Did I don't 20 or something like in the 20
Karen
50
remembers.
range. Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
No, of course I did. Of course I did. Yeah.
Donate to my
Yeah.
so.
Well,
do
then,
you
you know-
feel like I owe you that money?
Of course
Am I one of
not.
these piling personal debts?
No. of
Holy
course
shit,
not.
Angela's a way better person than you are.
No, I don't.
I know.
Here's the thing. If I
Well, but in
I know
fairness,
she is. Angela supports the arts financially, and she's
Yeah.
just asking for them to give back. That's like a fair point.
well,
But
that's
I
the
do
thing is
understand what
she's
you're
not.
saying.
Angela's not giving anybody anything
right, and
except
this
for
is a
her
project
Yeah.
that I understand. No, and I understand the difference. And
Angela's the product. We have to decide whether or not she is an asset to the comedy community. That's what's been.
Except not really, because like instead of like Hemda's like cancer tumor thing, right?
Right. Oh, no,
Where
and
it's
I-
just like if you don't give her money, she's gonna die.
Sure.
For
Yeah.
this, what was the alternative if you didn't get this money?
I mean, I don't even know. Honestly, like I didn't really think that far. It was more like honestly I figured
It wasn't that dire. You were
well,
just,
it was more like this. Honestly, the fact that I did do this, honestly, because you guys even say Angela's like this tough broad, whatever, I had basically reached a point where I'm like, all right, this is kind of almost like a last ditch effort to be like, or otherwise I don't know. Then I'd have to be like, let's see what's going on,
Yeah.
But also,
A last ditch effort for what? For like validation to be like.
no. From a pragmatic perspective of like, okay, let me pay my rent, or else I'm gonna get like
Okay.
have 30 days to find another place. Let me also just from a perspective of like, I mean, you're
So
like I said,
you were about to be evicted. Like what precipice were you hanging off of
precipice.
to make you feel like you needed to beg for money? This is modern panhandling.
I think well, you know what it also
Virtual
is
panhandling.
Virtual panhandling.
Internet panhandling. It's
mean-
really. I mean, are you worried at all about the stigma attached to it? Like,
well, here's the thing, and this is when we brought
don't you
up,
think that's going to make you more depressed?
this is
Walking around being the GoFundMe girl.
By the way,
If you cared, you would have not let her come on our show.
Right. Yeah.
I care
Oh,
way
no,
more about
by the way-
myself
by
than
the way-
anybody's stupid fucking comment.
By the way, and this is what I said. Like, you're two of the people that I really don't give a shit about as far as your
There we go.
as far as your
There it is.
opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? So by I don't give a shit, meaning like I'm not like
Fuck you too, little twerps.
no. We're not. You're not my family, or you're not like I'm not fucking
Yeah.
either of you.
Yeah.
Luckily, and I know I'm totally kidding. But see, I couldn't be too mean.
Does your father's unable to work because of alcoholism and other physical problems, or what?
It's a whole thing.
Yeah,
Like,
your dad's like the dad from Shameless. William H.
No.
Macy still looks so good with his shirt off. I mean, his face is like, oh, he looks like a tree.
He looks like a tree. No, it's I wasn't aware this was gonna be like shame Angela and her whole family, but no,
God, no, you're right. I feel terrible.
But
listen,
but
we can-
shame no.
Hey, I didn't know her family was shitty. She told us that.
But I don't.
Back off, Micah.
By the way, no, I don't. By the way, I don't consider them shitty either.
right. No,
But
I'm saying that.
I understand. That's fine. What I will say. Are you having an epileptic fit? Are you okay? Do we need to do a GoFundMe for Karen's seizures?
Oh my God, please.
Oh no.
Let's do a GoFundMe for an outfit for a bikini. Amazon Prime. Can we just do it?
But that's the kind of shit you do. Like, you would do that, I feel
Yeah.
like.
I think
Yeah.
Karen would make way more money if she crowdfunded a bikini than you would for
No
your
way.
depression.
Oh, probably.
No way.
Although I look
Yeah.
better in a bikini than you, honestly. I've seen you in a bikini,
There we
and I
go.
wasn't impressed. So
yeah, but she
Wow.
looks way better in a sticker pack.
Thank you so much. Or wearing one.
Wearing a sticker pack. Yeah.
anyway, but
no, I don't think
this
so.
you might. But I don't know if we're kind of how focused we want to stay on this, but
I want to stay focused.
okay, all right, Micah.
So you haven't stopped it yet. You're at 5,100. When are you going to stop it?
Probably.
Let's stop it right now, Angela.
We can-
Let's put an end to this.
honestly, I would feel fun.
You greedy bitch.
I have no. Here's the thing, honestly.
What
and-
are you thinking? Like you're gonna like maybe I'll take it like a little trip. What are you gonna go on a
No.
cruise?
You can't
No.
get the money until you can't end it, right?
No,
You've already have the money in your hot little hand.
oh yeah.
How have you spent that money so far?
Well, one, I've paid some back debts, back rent, current rent. I've paid a bunch of people back. I owe money.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And the housing thing is important because it's so expensive to fucking lose your apartment, and
Right.
if you can't move back home, then it's
Yeah.
But what the hell was I gonna say?
But like you couldn't move back with like somebody. Like there was
Well, no, and
nobody
that's
in your
the thing.
life that
no,
you.
there was, and this is why I did this. You know, I did this also not knowing what the result was going to be.
Yeah.
So obviously, like anything in life, you know, we all want to control the result, but you have to. Eventually, sometimes you just have to do something.
I guess a lot of people just like know like how to like maneuver life in ways that are like, hey, I just need to like sacrifice this part, whatever it is. Maybe it's privacy. Maybe it's like, oh, can I crash on your couch for a week?
Right, no, and I
Because
feel
need
like
to,
my thing is like I feel like I maneuver pretty well, and I feel like that's the thing like that led to this. I feel like, to be honest.
But
this
You're
was
not
the maneuver.
turning- Right. Well, yeah, you just sort of swindled everyone. Like this isn't making anything. This isn't giving. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not taking this and turning it into something bigger. You're not making.
Well, we don't know that yet.
The dollars. No, I mean we can.
Well, she never lost her job. She basically what she
Right.
you did, if I get this right, is you bought yourself some time to freak the fuck out.
Okay, Felicity. Like, okay,
What?
like I don't know, Gilmore
What do you-
Girl.
do-
Like,
wait.
what do you mean? I need some time to freak the fuck out.
Have you
No,
done
because
that?
you said she was saying she had panic attacks
Is
and
that,
couldn't go
is
to
that
work.
what it is? Is that God?
Have you wait real quick? Have you done an episode about the did you tell me about the Airbnb and the unemployment and shit?
Oh, why?
Oh.
She's a genius. She
Wait.
subsidized
I know.
her rent while on
I know.
unemployment.
Airbnb is not begging.
No, it's
That is me
servicing.
being a fucking businesswoman.
She's
But
contributing
while you're
to
on
the
unemployment,
cycle.
it's pretty shady.
Fuck the government.
No, I know.
So, by the way, unemployment is
By the
money
way-
that I paid in.
No, that's true. But also, you know, I'm gonna have to pay taxes on this, just so you know. So
What?
yeah.
So now you fucked everyone over twice because they had to pay taxes on that money and you have to pay tax on that money.
I mean-
and that money goes to non-taxpaying Donald J. Trump the 5th.
You voted for Trump, right?
I haven't voted. I don't want them to know where I live.
I don't have time to get like pedicures sometimes. I'm not voting.
Right.
You would do a GoFundMe for a pedicure, I feel like.
Yeah, if there was like diamonds.
You don't have to do a GoFundMe for a pedicure. You just have to have sex with a black man.
Truth.
Which I've done, but I haven't gotten a pedicure out of it. Anyway, but I probably, if I asked, I might have. Yeah.
I mean, I guess we don't want to beat you up too hard because the truth is, I don't want nothing to come of this. I hope something comes of it.
Karen is the nicest girl I know.
No, it's fine. Like, here's the thing. Like, I might not be answering the questions.
I guess it's just like, do you have an aversion to working in the service industry? Do you think it's beneath you?
No, actually, not at all. Not at all. I actually
Karen,
have.
the issue is that she wasn't going to the job that she had. Had you gone to work, you would have been able to pay your bills, correct?
But see that no, well that's the case though. It's like I was out of work for a while even before this job. So like that's what I meant about like mounting debts and that kind of stuff and it being kind of a cumulative thing.
Are you going to therapy?
Yes.
How often? Once a day?
Once a week.
Once a week?
Yeah. Once a day.
Well, I don't know. You're not going to work. What else are you doing? Like,
Oh my
let's
God.
get it straightened up and fly right. Like, I mean, we're not going. The trajectory isn't good. Like right now, if you're still saying I'm not going to work, but now people give you money for not going to work. I mean, what steps are you taking to go to work? Are you going to go to work tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Is it work day?
I don't know.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. No, I told
TGIF, Angela. Let's like go to work tomorrow. How do you feel? Let's me and my guys.
guys are
Oh
insane.
fuck! I have to work my shitty fucking other day job, but like whatever. Maybe I can take off. Well, all right.
a couple
Monday.
of things. One, no, wait.
What should we do Wednesday?
One, I have
We're coming
no,
to your job. We're going. Where does
That's fine.
We're gonna go. I mean,
Let's all go to work.
I don't know how else to like fix it. Like, right? That's the thing. Do you hate your job that much?
No,
Get a different job.
I don't hate my job. All right, can I answer? You asked me about 5 questions.
All
so
right.
let me. One, I have no. I don't have any aversion to working in the service industry. I actually really, I actually respect. I think it's hard. I think it's probably like the hardest.
It's not that hard.
Well, you say that because you do it though. Like it, it's probably like it.
It's not hard. You're fucking bringing people food and drink. It's not hard.
It is hard for some people, Karen.
You're fucking just a cunt.
Also, I will say this, and maybe
I can't work at the service industry.
Like some people shouldn't work, and maybe
Right.
you're one of those people.
No,
too.
no, no.
Excuse me, miss. That woman's making a face.
Like just back there, like foaming milk with her
I will
finger.
say, I will say this though, to Karen's point about like more utilizing your resources and stuff. I also think there's like immediate like fix a problem. Like you even said, almost like put it, and then there's down the line fix a problem. Obviously, there's a long-term problem that I'm working to resolve, obviously. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's Band-Aid fix. Sometimes you just need to, the boat is leaking and you got to stop it from sinking. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But more to your point about, the service industry and all that, one of the things I do think sucks in New York, though, I feel, and maybe I'm wrong, even in New York, it seems like for a lot of any service industry jobs, they want, like, you have to have a lot of experience already.
That is the most obnoxious, whiny, negative like response I've ever fucking. And people say it all the time.
No, but it's
you
true.
don't. You just fucking lie. Who gives a fuck? Oh, I bartend. They don't give a shit. You
No
think
one
they're
will know.
calling half these fucking references? That's the laziest,
But
fucking
what
whiniest
I mean, no, wait,
excuse.
let me finish.
I hate that. People
Let
say
me
it all the
finish.
time.
No, but let me finish. What I'm saying is though, hey, what I'm saying is though, had I utilized, let's say, like more resource, let's say somebody like you who like, works in the service, you could
Yeah.
be like, yeah, I'll get Angela in or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I think, but it's-
Do you know? Have you ever met another comic who like helps other comics get jobs? Happens all the time.
well, this is the irony. I've helped a lot of comics get jobs because I work
Where
at
are those cocksuckers?
staffing agencies and stuff. So.
Yeah, so why aren't they fucking helping you out? Oh, it's like just about you just going to your job and you'll get like a decent like paycheck. We just got to get her out the door.
Yeah, she's having. Have you ever had a panic attack, Karen?
I mean, I guess not.
It feels like you're dying.
Yeah.
It is fucking terrifying. You think you're dying. The whole world is coming in on you. When I was working in reality TV for one summer, I like started getting them back again, and it was horrendous because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna.
I had an
do my
allergic
job.
reaction to mushrooms and I almost died. And I feel like it's probably, I could, it's probably close to that.
Could
I
you go to
also
work like
think-
that?
No. And I
Right.
like took a picture of my face. I was supposed to go to a rehearsal and I like sent it to the director and I was like, I can't come in. And they were like, yeah, my whole face was swollen.
So you didn't look that much different than you do right now.
Suck a dick, Cobb.
Gladly.
Fucking bitch.
Gladly. You got one big enough for my mouth? Anyway,
You scrape the shit out of that.
I would. No, actually, that's what's funny. You got teeth too.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, no, and
I file
Listen.
mine down though every
No,
night. They
no.
grow
None of
back.
us should
By
be
the way,
in
and I
fucking
didn't mean it
press
as an
commercial.
insult. But by the way, and please don't take this as an insult. I actually mean it from like a kindred spirit perspective.
Yeah.
Micah and I do have like
gonna
a
sound like
similar
an
facial structure. in a lot of
How
ways.
dare you?
I know. Anyway,
Such a bitch.
I know. You right there? You good?
Karen's just working on her panic attack. Right
What
now.
I was going to also say, though, I do feel much like addiction,
I mean, look at me. I'm just like getting high so I can get through this. Like, I'm uncomfortable because like there are days where like, I don't get out of bed. And it's like, so
Right.
sometimes I get sad inside.
No, right. No, what I'm saying is, Karen,
Karen's working on her therapy degree. She's going to become a therapist.
Really? You'd be a hilarious. Could you just see her? She'd just like slap
Get
people.
a job.
She's
I'd have just own a McDonald's and I'd just get everybody jobs at my McDonald's.
At the drive-thru, they'd go up and you'd be like, "You suck. Get a job."
Watch them all get fat in my little fat McDonald's.
Yeah, well, by
prison.
that we have to get because the fat shaming thing was, in my opinion, that was fun. Anyway,
You
okay.
like that shit, Cobb. You like that fat shaming.
Not,
shit.
I don't even consider it fat shaming. I more consider it like don't be hypocrites. Because the one thing I will
like,
say
don't
about
go
me,
to that Facebook and be like such a truth teller and then be like, "But can I have all your money?"
yeah, but have I didn't I agree to come on your podcast?
Yeah,
have
you
I,
did.
Have I said anything that's like not transparent? Thus far about the whole thing. Have
You're
I
right.
said that people can diss it if they want to? You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not.
You're right.
I'm not gonna criticize somebody for something that I know I would like. This is a prime example.
Can I just have $20?
You would need $20.
Prime example.
Okay.
Just give me like $20.
There are things that, like I said earlier, about just because you're a rape victim doesn't mean you're suddenly makes you a better comic, or just because you're
Oh
social
yeah, wasn't that
activist-
weren't you defending Chrissy Mayer?
Yeah, her joke because it was a damn funny joke.
Yeah, but Chrissy Mayer fucking sucks.
No, she doesn't.
We'll get her in, Karen.
I thought it was a
No.
damn funny joke. Chrissy Mayer, that's a separate, but I thought it was a damn funny joke.
It was like 5 days late and $1 short after all the bases have been covered.
Okay, here's
Anyway.
I think the big problem with your GoFundMe, and this is what struck me.
Okay.
Is that as comedians, we all have mental health issues.
Right. Oh, yeah, of
None of
course.
us want to
No, I
work.
don't.
So I'm reading this and I'm like, what the fuck? I've had panic attacks and not been able to go to work. I never fucking asked like friends of friends and acquaintances for money. I've slept on ex-boyfriends' futons. I've like slept on the ground.
Well, I've never had a boyfriend, so therefore I've never had an ex-boyfriend, so that option's out of the way.
I've slept on the ground too. I've
Right.
been all sorts of homeless.
No, I understand that. I understand.
You know, but I could move home to Arizona. It's that I don't have like complete homelessness like
Same.
looming.
Same.
But yeah, I would have to give up on
I
my
could
career.
move to Micah's home in Arizona.
But I would rather be homeless than give up on than
Move back home.
Move back
Yeah.
home. That sounds fucking hellacious. But same is true of begging for money. So when I'm reading this and I'm like, how do you? It's a sense of like entitlement, like why you and not these other people who not only have to overcome their emotional problems and go to work, but then spend a portion of that money helping you do that.
Well, here's for a couple of things. One, I totally understand that level of annoyance because this was a couple of years ago. And he's actually, a good friend of mine. But, we put a benefit together because he was having a rent situation. And at the same time, a part of me was like, well, where's my benefit? I'm having a rent situation. So, no, I get that for sure.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're a tradesman. She's a swindling tradesman.
No,
She's
no.
learned it from an older comic.
No. What I'm saying
It's
is...
a pyramid scheme.
Yes.
That's what it is. Everyone does a
Wow.
GoFundMe until everyone's out of money and the last person to do it is fucked.
You gotta wait a couple years in between. You
What
kinda
I'm
gotta, like,
saying is
fly
I
under the
totally
radar.
get
Right.
I totally get that, for example.
Do you think
also,
you would have made more money if you said you had cancer?
But see, that would be lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is what a panic attack looks like. I mean, I could lie.
No, I
You
know.
Like,
Well,
I just
that
had a
used
panic
to
attack.
Well, I
walk-
think that's
yeah.
the point. See, you know what else it is too? I
Right.
think you also have to consider the source. So literally, it's like if I did this, right, and you guys are like, Angela's always been kind of not trustworthy. Angela's always kind of been,
Yeah.
kind of shady. So it's like we won't get. That's fine. That's fine. You know what I mean? Or if I'm sure there are plenty of people who are like, Angela annoys me, so fuck Angela. You know, so it's fine. Like I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have.
You have a thick skin. You're saying like you can deal with this. It's like-
Basically, yeah. I mean, thus far I've dealt with this pretty well. I think in terms of the critique of it, right? I mean,
this is a nice way.
I
to
think
put
you're
it.
doing great.
Critique. Yeah.
Especially considering the reason you had the GoFundMe. You haven't had a fucking
Yeah.
panic attack since
You've
you've been on it. If
seem
you
happy?
have,
Yeah.
I haven't been able to tell.
No. I mean, you
You
made
know?
it here to the studio. What were the steps you took to get you out the door to this studio that you can't seem to take to go to work?
well, this was it's like break your wrist over here. Seriously, did you barf up your food before you came here? What the fuck?
What is this food thing people keep talking
I
about?
know
Sick of it.
her eating disorder.
What
You
is
have to-
it?
No, and by the way,
It's,
I'm not. Anyway,
I tried to explain this earlier to you. It's food. It's what you drill a hole into and then have sex with.
Oh,
if you're on the Legion of Skanks podcast.
Oh, No, this is actually was going to get to my point about
Yeah.
Whether it's addiction, autism, depression, anxiety. Obviously, everything exists on a spectrum, and everything manifests itself in different ways. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like for example, I have my worst anxiety and paralysis. I can.
So you hate your job?
No,
like get a new
it's not-
job.
Finish.
But it's not. No, see, that's actually not the case because if I have to get up early to do something comedy-wise too.
Yeah,
let's say-
because comedy's fun. It's not work.
No, that's what I'm saying. I have the same level of.
So it's morning panic. You
I'm
wake
saying-
up with dread.
I have the same feeling
Judge
of
Dredd?
of that kind of thing. You
Yeah,
know? So it's not.
Angela Judge Dredd.
Why don't you get a night job?
Yeah.
But then I couldn't do comedy.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be begging for money.
You don't have to work a night job every single night. You could work like 2 nights and then do comedy 5 nights.
I feel like this has become like a high school career day, and like this
Well,
is
then what you have is you have a weekend job because to supplement your
Right,
like
no, I
panic
gotcha.
disorder or
I
whatever.
gotcha. No,
You're still working a business week on comedy if you.
Are you making money at comedy 7 nights a week?
No, not 7 nights.
So you have it in your schedule to do that.
Like you can make $200, $300, $400 bartending.
Right. No, I mean, that's true. Yeah.
$1,100 one night. I made
All right,
$7.
give everyone their money back. We figured it out.
Nah.
Is there a button to press that gives everyone their
That
money
would be
back?
hysterical. Well, a couple.
One time-
I was just testing to see if you guys were nice.
Rains from the ceiling. We got to money. She's fine. She's fine. She just needed to bartend.
Oh my God, you're hysterical.
We should have a GoFundMe, get Angela Cobb a bartending job,
Yeah, dude.
and then see if we can.
Can give me the money because I'm just gonna do it.
Look, I'm all for profit sharing. No.
Jesus Christ! She's a hypnotist. Oh, I'm so swindled by her business skills.
Oh my God. First of all, I have like
You're
no.
just like Mark Cuban.
I have no business skills.
Obviously, you don't have business skills. Nobody begs for money if they have
I'm
business.
kidding.
Well, I
You
mean,
have holes in your pants. You're like
Yeah.
you're like the jester on the street.
yeah, that's fine. Anyway, but for example, you said it was like it's like cyber panhandling, right?
Right.
Let's just take that as a sort of point of departure.
Okay.
Wouldn't you say that like if someone is, let's say, panhandling on the subway, if someone has a shitty story, fuck that. But if someone's like, I'm with,
You think you can tell the difference between a genuine handler and somebody who isn't?
either way, they got skills. So
You know
props.
what? I bet you would make a lot of money if you panhandled on the subway.
I probably would.
Yeah,
actually.
just tell them
You would
jokes.
probably make more money doing that than cyberbullying people out of their money.
Oh,
Is it a form of bullying? I say yes.
And it would be part of your therapy, i.e., leaving your home.
Wait, I want to revisit this. I think GoFundMes are bullying because then if you don't give money, then it's like
You're
I
that
didn't care.
person.
Yeah, I didn't care.
No,
about
see,
you.
well, see, here's what I think, and this is where
That's why I never give anything. Ever.
I feel something like this is slightly different. To me, it's like obviously you can choose not to give. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like someone's. I mean, I'm sorry. Nobody has you held up at gunpoint. Nobody. This isn't like to bring up rape again. This isn't like a non-consensual
But you're
situation.
sending out this moral element of like, are you a giver or are you like?
But see, that's not. Well, I don't know if you
not?
read my whole thing. I said at the end, I appreciate your help in whatever form it may take, which means I appreciated people also just like reaching out and being like, hey, is everything okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I also, as far as comics are concerned,
I think that's annoying too.
I didn't. Well, that's fine. I didn't expect, honestly. I didn't really expect any comics to give per se. I more
Yeah.
expected like share it or whatever because I know.
So why wouldn't you create like a friends and family only page or something then?
Because you know what? Sometimes you just got to go. I feel
Where the money is.
No, not first of all, not where the money is.
well, because comedians don't have money, but it's interesting.
I don't know what I mean.
Also,
I'm
if
just
you
kidding.
look, and to dissect it for a sec
Yeah.
too. If you look at most of the amounts, I don't think there's an amount on that GoFundMe over $200. It's just
So you have a lot of friends giving a little bit of money.
right.
Did you get anybody who you didn't know donating money?
I mean, I got some anonymous ones, so I don't.
You got a couple of anonymous ones.
I have friends
I got
who
a lot of
have,
anonymous.
who have gotten some lump sums from certain things that have happened to them, maybe, or maybe from like people dying in their lives.
Right.
And
Well, that's
they're
the-
very interested, and it actually makes them feel good to find projects like this to give to.
Right. Do you think if a stranger saw your GoFundMe, that would be worth donating to?
I'm sure like some like people that maybe know Angela from when she was little.
No, a stranger.
She's saying a stranger.
Like as opposed, like they're
I
going
just
through.
didn't
There's
listen.
there's like retreats
It
for
was
children. to go-
trending. It was trending at one point.
Ah, there we go.
But anyway,
Did you get more followers? Did you get any hate tweets? Did anybody call you
No.
a shitty piece of shit
that's
beggar?
what's funny, actually. See, other than you two, for the most part, no, and that's fine because it's like I'm cool.
Oh well, I saw a lot of them, but they probably like hid you from the.
No, I saw a few. No,
Yeah, no, Micah retweeted a
Well,
couple. Didn't he find
No, I didn't post any.
was
That
just
was my
joking.
form of charity. Was not making any jokes
I would actually
about
like
it on
to.
Facebook.
No, I would actually like to see them because I like to be. To see that
Right.
kind-
You don't mind a ball bust.
No, not at all.
Doesn't mind it.
But honestly, the only one that I and I respect her the fact that she always says what she thinks.
Yeah.
You know, even if I disagree with some things that she says. Christina Galston, you
Yeah.
know, Julia Rican, she posted something about, but even that it was like funny. You know
Yeah.
what I'm gonna say? It was- So she was
Oh,
like,
yeah, we were gonna- yeah.
I need a Metro card or something like that, was
Yeah.
it? And Angela's got the money, and hers I thought was funny, and I didn't even 100%. To me, it was like a diss, but also kind of props because hey,
But I mean, did you ever like when you were making it think of like people like her that are like, oh, this will probably piss them off, and just be like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care.
No. See, I didn't. No, I actually truly did not think in my mind like this will piss off these people, so let me do this. No, it was not actually inspired. It wasn't inspired by that at all. Trust me, we've all done things like that where
Yeah.
we specifically are trying to piss somebody off. Just no, that actually wasn't like that at all. It was more, you know, I mean, it was more honestly like I just reached a point where I was like, it's a humility thing, really. I mean, you know, nobody's saying it's a prideful thing to do at
Yeah.
all. But it's also not necessarily a bad thing to do either. You know what I mean? It's just to me, it's a very vulnerable, transparent thing to do.
Weak thing to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, but so yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. Also, if I can, I don't know if I can get onto this yet.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know what it is.
Before
Get out of this.
can I have this? Oh.
Sorry, I was just touching the hole where my hair used to be.
Yeah, I'm glad you moved from your forehead to the side of your head. Though.
I know. Thank
You guys are
God.
You can just start wearing your hair in a total wave now to cover half your face.
Oh, it's
I,
terrible.
Me and you popping fish mocks, hanging out.
Yeah, you too. Anyway,
Yes.
what I was gonna say before, because I feel like I like to do some research on this kind of stuff to
Yeah.
know, like, even though it was a vulnerable, transparent thing, I also, and people are gonna hate or get mad or whatever, which is, you know, they're entitled to their opinion. I also wanted to see how much of that, let's say, I could avoid or not just be stupid and literally like walk into something, you know. So I researched, like I was like looking up like just things that there have been GoFundMe's for.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's been GoFundMe's where somebody literally said, "I need a new TV. I need $400."
Yeah.
Or there's been GoFundMe's to save fictional characters from Mars. Or there's been GoFundMe's to break up celebrity couples. You know.
Yeah.
Or but then conversely, there's been GoFundMe's like my kid needs surgery and my house just burned down. So like I felt that, you know, most of them exist somewhere in the middle. I think that's what I think.
Somewhere in the middle of begging. I know we did bring up a few. I actually researched some of those too
Right.
because Angela's yours isn't the worst. What made it problematic for me is that you're a comedian with so many comedians go through, and so I was like, why you and not the hundreds of people
Well,
I know
and-
all going through this
But
at the
also,
same time.
well, can I actually say one thing real quick before
Yeah.
we more to that point?
Yeah.
I actually had, and I know this is going to sound very like Pollyanna and stuff, but I actually did have a lot of people message me, you know, fellow comedians and stuff like that, who are like I appreciate the fact that you were like open and humble about this.
Oh, so we're gonna get a slew more.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, what I'm saying is
Shut up. Get jobs.
look, I gave to you a Kickstarter, and by the way, where is that movie?
It's been nominated for like multiple film awards.
Ooh,
Look at her, like a Mean Girls thing.
Hasn't won any of them. Hasn't won
And by
any
the
of
way,
them.
let's just
Shut
can
up,
we-
I won
Has
Best
anyone ever
Actress in
shamed
one,
you for
you
not really
fucking
being
bitch.
sober because you still smoke pot? Has that come up? Because that's
yeah,
not
people
sobriety.
say it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody paid for her to get sober.
No, I
That's
actually
not
did it.
sobriety though.
Yeah, but I didn't have. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
but
good
she
point.
didn't
No.
involve anybody else in her sobriety. It wasn't like she asked for help being sober.
Well-
so her failure is her own.
Well, that's not 100% true. But anyway,
California sober.
California so bad. Oh
And
my God.
Anyway, it's like we have to say every
And we're gonna
fucking
get her to
week,
fight us.
The weed doesn't make her terrible. It's the alcohol. I
I
know she seems terrible,
No,
but this is actually
Karen's
the
not
best version
terrible.
of her. Oh, she's horrendous.
Karen, I don't think Karen's terrible. By the way, when I hadn't seen Karen in a while,
Yeah.
and I saw her at QED, this was
QED.
like, yeah, and legit, this is what I said, and it was the perfect recap. I go, so
Yeah.
how you been doing? Oh yeah, you've been. I said, what did I say? You've been dissing fat chicks and winning roast battles. That's what I said.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
Karen
a
was
good
like, that
wrap-up.
is what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, you know,
It's a good wrap up, Cobb. All right,
Yeah.
talk to you later.
yeah, exactly.
That's actually verbatim her bio.
Yeah. I wrote that for her. That's why I got that's the
I'm
$5,000
gonna get it tattooed on my
was
other
for
arm.
that. No, but what I meant by that is
So
just
you've already allocated most of the funds that you collected.
a good chunk of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so we're going to therapy once a week. And then what other steps are we taking to go to work?
And and I'm returning to work. They gave me basically 2-week leave of absence.
Starting when?
She's already been on it.
Right. So I'm probably gonna go back Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
All right. Me and Mike are going back too.
We'll
you
go
wanna-
back to work.
you
I
wanna
mean,
go
I
back?
work today. I work every fucking day.
I have to work.
What do
We
you?
have to
What
work
do you? But
Monday, too.
I know you said you work at night. You work
Yeah.
in the service industry, bartending, or
Sometimes,
wait. And do you work at all during the day? Or?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, and what do you do as far as that's not comedy? I'm saying.
I almost do nothing that's not comedy, Angela.
Yeah.
I'm a goddamn professional.
Oh my god. So basically, you are a walking GoFundMe. You're like, I'm a blogger and I write for Reductress. And no, I want to hear.
I am a blogger, but for money. They pay me to do that. I
Oh
don't,
yeah, no,
I don't
that
beg for it.
That's fine. Well,
It's her job.
Well-
It's my job. I get a paycheck. My
She
skills are
takes-
valued.
she takes BuzzFeed stuff and she
well,
puts her spin
I
on
think
it.
that it
and
probably
they pay
took
her
more
money.
skill to write my thing than it does any BuzzFeed article I've ever seen.
Then
I'm
why
just
aren't
saying.
you
No.
getting paid for it?
Because you would have all the shares too. It's like
Listen, I don't care what you do for money as long as it comes from someone with more money. You know what I mean?
Well, this did.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah, you don't know the whole percentage. You can't figure that out.
Well, I mean, something like a reliable source.
I'm saying is
Yeah.
nobody gave more to my go. Nobody gave more. One person. I'm saying one person by themselves gave
So you should throw a party with the extra money and just go back to work.
an amount. No one gave an amount more than $200.
Let's have a party.
You gonna relapse? Am I gonna be blamed for that too?
No, I mean I think we should just get Korean barbecue.
Are you sober too or no?
Hell no.
I was just asking. No.
I don't have a problem.
She'll
with-
take an afternoon off here and there. Give yourself
I
some
get
credit.
the whole anyway. The whole
Yeah.
concept of shame and stuff like that though, because that's why I'm sorry to keep bringing up. We relate on the level of understanding addiction in different
Yeah.
in various forms and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So I kind of defer to you
Using a crutch and stuff.
on that. Yeah. But the whole concept of shame is big with addicts and alcoholics. And
What do you mean big with? They don't like it.
No, I don't mean they don't like it. I mean it's part of almost what makes it worse and leads to it in a lot of cases.
Stigmatizes it. Well, then why does it have to remain anonymous too? I always I'm what's the big deal?
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. I mean more much like what you said, this was extremely transparent and not prideful. Okay, let's say you said right.
Yeah.
So
I said I had pride. Yes.
right. Okay. That's
Implying that you had none.
right. Which any.
Trust me, there is nothing less prideful than sleeping on an ex-boyfriend's futon while he's fucking his current girlfriend in the next room.
Jesus
But at least you had an ex-boyfriend.
went to-
I've never even had an ex-boyfriend.
The three
That's
of
why I
us-
need to GoFundMe. Get me.
The three of us went to
That's-
brunch the next morning.
that's beautiful.
You couldn't find anyone to fuck? You couldn't find anybody to even it out?
GoFundMe
Fuck.
for. What I'm saying
Go
is,
fund yourself.
I had a
fund
boyfriend.
yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That was a good place to slide that in.
I know.
No,
Karen,
I
you love that.
I've
too.
been
holding on to
This
it.
is why I did this because I appreciate you're both super honest and I appreciate that and I'm being honest.
Go
with you.
fund
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
Cobb.
Go fund yourself, Cobb. Yeah. What I bring up is that something like that is obviously the opposite of shame is to be almost 100% transparent about shit.
You're
which is-
I'm weak. Well, I'm living in this society where I can admit that I'm weak and I need help. And can I just have a little bit of your money?
Aren't you worried that,
that
something
sound-
really tragic is going to happen to you and then it'll be like the girl who cried wolf?
Yeah.
Oh,
What
well-
if you have a sizable wart tomorrow and you have to have it removed?
Karen, she doesn't have sex, but something more likely to happen for you.
that was funny. That was funny. All right. More likely to
No,
happen.
I know. We all know you lost your virginity, Angela.
We saw it. What was it? My
Who
first
was it?
time.
Okay.
Tell,
No,
tell,
we'll let
tell,
you off the
tell,
hook.
tell.
We're not talking about that on this fucking
We'll
podcast.
let you
I'll
off
tell you
the
that
hook.
much. Well, I'll tell you that much. It's not going to be on this podcast. It's going to be on a better podcast than
We'll
that.
let
It's
you off
gonna
the hook if
actually
you
be-
tell us who you
Oh,
lost your
no, I don't want to
virginity
be let off the hook.
So
It's
mean.
not going to be on this podcast at all.
I'll tell you who mine was.
I don't really
Everybody
care.
doesn't know.
Some asshole in Arizona. I don't care. It wasn't a comic worth anything. Probably,
Ding, ding, ding. How did you guess?
Right. So anyway, Karen lost her virginity to herself. I feel like she just fucked herself.
I was like a Kermit doll.
Yeah. She's go fund yourself. Anyway, now I don't even know what we got a little bit adrift here.
No, aren't you worried people are like when you actually need
yeah,
help?
okay. Well, and this is the other thing that I meant about having friends who are like honest and appreciating genuine feedback and not people just being like, oh, that's great or whatever. I had a friend who'd be like, I think this is great what you did and it was like a smart move, but also you can only fire this gun once,
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean?
It's like a suicide gun.
Right.
You want to know something interesting? When I did my Kickstarter, our mutual friend Rob Shapiro, who's
Yeah, batshit insane. Go
there
on.
there we go.
Not any more insane than anybody in this room. I don't really know you that well, but I'm just going to assume because
Dana's
you're laughing in
crazy.
weird. Anyway, but go ahead about that.
When I did my Kickstarter for my short film Shitfaced, check it out. The trailer's on Reddit right now, thanks to my ass being in the trailer.
And you don't feel like that's exploiting addiction? You don't feel like that's exploitive, like in much the way this is exploitive?
Karen doesn't
Sure.
care about exploiting addiction.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
asking a genuine question.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all. Okay. Go
But
on.
it was like I made something, and I don't know.
But you're basically playing yourself. You're not really acting. That's not acting. It's basically just a mockumentary.
So those are
She
cool.
hasn't even seen it. She knows exactly what it is.
I've seen enough of it to know that this is basically like that would be like me. Like if I wrote let's say I tried to sell something off as like a short story.
Like I begged for money and suckers fell for it.
All right, you could say that, but also it's like we shot in like 3 locations. We had a red camera. I think I put about like 12 different comics to work. I think they all got day rates. It was really fun, and we all had Subway sandwiches. And it's like a really great looking film. And
So you
people
owe
use
me
it
because
in
she
their
didn't put me to
reels.
work on that. No, I'm totally kidding.
I'm like really picky.
I know. Oh, I know.
How much did your ass make in that film, Karen? She basically begged for money on a Kickstarter so she could show her ass on a red camera.
It's high def,
And your ass
babe.
isn't really worth that much
Movie.
money.
Oh
so.
my
You gotta see
God.
the trailer.
Are you crazy?
I've seen the trailer.
Is she crazy?
Oh, you have.
Anyway, so
You know what? This makes sense to me. You're out of your fucking mind. She's a crazy person.
Anyway, but go on about the Kickstarter.
My perfect ass. Yeah. What? He sent me a letter. He was like
A letter?
A letter. Yeah, he's like, he wrote me a letter. He sent me a message on Facebook.
Karen's really old.
I know.
Sent me a message on Facebook. He was like, basically, shaming me for asking money to make this film, like similar to what you were saying. He's like, it's your fucking fault. Like, you shouldn't ask people to give you money. Like, it's your addiction. He's like, I don't drink, so I'm not a harm to other people, but blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this sounds like a cool monologue. You should, like, write this down. I mean,
Got him.
I don't care.
And then you're just
So you
pointing out that then he turned around and asked for money himself. Is that what you're?
Oh.
Did he do that? He had a Kickstarter?
Yeah, he was the one who couldn't pay his rent. He's crazy. He's just
No,
sleeps
he's
in
not.
vestibules.
Oh, he had a GoFundMe.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, no, Rob's a good
he
friend
lives
of
in
mine.
a phone booth.
No, actually, he doesn't. He probably lives in a better apartment than I do. Anyway, but my more to that point, to be fair, like he's a really good friend of mine, but I'm
Yeah.
pointing out what you might be able to see as like if somebody says to you, it's almost like those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, kind of a thing. And this is
Yeah.
why I was trying to say earlier, I don't think, and we can look or we can investigate if anybody clearly has no life and we can put them to work. I don't think I've truly like shamed someone for doing something that like is similar to what I did. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I've had things where I don't even think it's shaming, like, but I've said honest things on Facebook. I mean,
You think people should take responsibility for their behavior? I mean,
yeah.
right? Do you believe in like personal accountability?
of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you hate like rape victims. What if like a rape victim put up a GoFundMe?
First of all, no, I don't hate rape victims at all.
Like they couldn't go to work.
You know
they were
what
still
the
chained to
problem
their
is?
bed.
No, you know what the problem is, and I'm gonna say this since we're talking, we're mentioning names, and people know. Okay, I'm gonna say as far as rape and feminism is concerned, my issue and the reason I butt heads with everyone is because I exist on the spectrum somewhere between Katrin Heyer and Christina Galston. You know what I
Stop
mean?
dropping such big bad names on this
No,
podcast.
no. I'm saying like I'm in the middle. I'm like
Right.
not necessarily always going to be, and that's not to even diss either of them. I'm just saying I think they're kind of at opposite ends of the spectrum of those kind of issues.
Right, but like, what if a rape victim like is like, all right, I have like too many holes in my vagina in between my legs now. I can't go to work. Like, what if she asks?
Of course, yeah. I don't.
She's saying she feels like she can do a GoFundMe because she's never shamed anyone else's GoFundMe. But we're out of fucking luck now. Right?
I guess-
Did I get that?
I guess it's just like you don't feel a sense that money in general should be allocated for projects like those.
Well, I think that also you.
Like maybe your old aunt has like $100 in her monthly giving budget, right?
All right, here's
And
what I would
there's,
say.
like, a lady who's
Of
just
course,
like wearing raccoon skin.
I feel no. I feel first of all, no, I don't hate rape victims at all.
Like because the guy like made her wear a raccoon.
Right. Second of all, I think that of course
How much weed did you smoke?
I actually think more. There's probably a lot of. I'm actually surprised we don't see more like GoFundMe type stuff.
Because what if everybody does
And
one?
we just
then
stop
we just
working, like, and stop going to like earning
somebody
money.
has to be earning the money to give
Right.
GoFundMe. Not
Right.
everyone can do it.
However, there are also when you think about money too. Let's say there are a lot of people who have earned their money. Let's say right. Then not everybody has earned their money.
You feel like you deserve some of that money.
Well, no, I'm saying
That's why you should have signed up for a grant.
Yeah.
That's what you should have done. You
Yeah.
signed
but
up for
that takes time. What I'm saying is this is more of a
Wants that fast cash.
Fast cash.
this was an immediate fix, and like I said, like you said earlier too, there's obviously ongoing issues that I'm trying to resolve and work on and fix. But this was more, right, like you said, a Band-Aid or tape on the sinking boat.
Plug up the hole.
Plug up the hole.
Shove a tampon in your
Shove
problems.
a tampon in your problems. But no, I feel that like what you said even about like the rape victim thing. Yeah, absolutely. I think that there are there's a lot of people who deal with this shit, obviously, like, and everybody deals with it in different ways. And people, but eventually you get to a point, and again, I'm gonna go back to the alcoholism thing again.
Yeah.
I feel like most, let's say, good alcoholics or talented alcoholics are functioning alcoholics for a while. Then they stop functioning at one point. Eventually, something has to drop. You know what I'm trying to say? You're not going to always be able to keep it together. And the truth will always come out somehow, or, you're going to have that, I don't want to be stereotypical, but like hit bottom or whatever.
And so this GoFundMe was your something has to drop.
I mean,
It was you coming
it's
out.
kind of
as
a high bottom. I mean, but you know that term, right?
Yeah, I guess. But like it's a high bottom with your hat out.
No, what I mean was when I say it was a high bottom, I mean that like that there could have been a lot worse, obviously.
Right, it's not rock bottom, but you're still a beggar. I never begged. I fucking stopped drinking and I got it together.
You didn't need to beg because you still had money. That wasn't your issue. Her issue
I would
is
spend a shit ton of money drinking.
Yeah, you need
I would
money
wake up
to
with,
drink.
I would have huge light bills of going out. I would clear out my checking account, and you
But
know what I
let's
would
face
do?
it, let's
I
be
would
real,
go the
Karen.
fuck back to work.
Let's be real. All right,
Yeah.
like, come on.
What?
I'm saying, like, how much shit did you really? Did you have a boyfriend at the time? Did you whatever? I'm
My
saying.
shitty alcoholic cocaine boyfriend. Well, he wasn't helping me out. Like, but yeah, I would like have people to lean on, and I could like, but I still paid
But she did
rent.
it quietly. She did.
I mean, I didn't bother anybody. I have put
She built those relationships to then.
Well, here's the thing. Most of these.
If you're thinking that guys saved my life, no way. Especially when I quit drinking and I broke up with a guy and like I had to find an apartment in a week because I was living with your ex isn't really fun.
Right.
I had to bank I think $3,000 in like a week and a half, and I just fucking worked and like I don't know did it. You know what I mean? So
well, good for you. No,
I don't.
But
So it's just like frustrating because like you're an able-bodied. You're not like 100 years old. You're not like physically handicapped. You're just like an able-bodied person who should just be earning money. And that's sort of
Thanks, Trump.
that's sort of a philosophy I have that I think people whatever they can do they should be trying to contribute.
Yeah. But that's also like the ideal that we're all trying to get to.
No, because you can contribute in small ways and then not be detracting, but still be a positive.
Well, I think in Angela's defense, and I can't believe
All
we've
right,
gotten to
let's
this
go.
point.
Go ahead.
A GoFundMe is a temporary situation. She is not on the streets all day, every day, begging for money and never going to work. She's going back to work
How do you feel about people on welfare?
Monday.
Of course, there's no problem with that.
No problem.
I mean, well, I think this is the other thing that I would say. Like, and I don't know either of your financial backgrounds.
I'm really rich.
I'm broke.
No, I mean, as far as like your upbringing or your family or that kind of stuff.
I'm really rich.
Broke. My parents filed for bankruptcy.
Right.
Broke.
That's what I'm saying. So I have obviously like we were on welfare. We had food stamps. I mean, we've had houses foreclosed on. I mean, so we bankruptcy. So I that's the thing. Like I don't feel like people should be judged for that kind of stuff.
She never, like That's a multi. I mean, now we're getting into some really deep shit.
Right.
But like,
Fine.
not only like did she not have like resources growing up, but then also not that
I was like dirt. I wasn't like dirt poor. I'm saying,
It
but
sounds like it, but also
I wasn't dirt poor.
But also, like, if you're getting houses foreclosed on, you've been on welfare and all this stuff, like you're not being raised by people who now have this information on how to take care of yourself, how to plan ahead.
Yeah, you weren't raised by financially responsible people. I think that like it's a difficult thing to do to raise kids, like to let them know either way, because if you do too much for them, then they don't learn by doing
Also, I think
themselves.
a lot of it is, if I may, and again, going back to the addiction thing,
She keeps looking at you because she doesn't think you're fully sober yet.
No, it's not that. I more think no. I more
Oh.
defer to it as like you understand to a certain extent. So like I said, like my dad's an alcoholic. And my mom, I think, enabled him a lot, you know what I'm trying to say, and that kind of stuff. And I think she is actually a financially responsible person. But my dad was the one basically, with the job, let's say, making the money. She was basically like, looking after the kids, whatever, when we were young, like me and my sister, that kind of stuff. So I think like she did not take as much control of the reins as perhaps she retrospectively should have or wanted to, or you know what I'm trying to say? I think it was a situation like that where I don't think that she's necessarily a financially reckless person.
Yeah.
She couldn't get a handle on your dad's spending and not working because he was drunk.
He worked and stuff.
Yeah.
Wasn't like, but I mean, he was not good with money. You know what I'm
Right.
trying to say, as far as like saving or that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And I think that kind of,
Life's intricate. Like, there's nuances.
right.
Good point, Karen.
Good point, Karen. Oh my God.
I'm saying, like, there's things that happen to people in their lives. Like, if you have relatives that die, maybe you get a big chunk of money for a while. Maybe that doesn't
that's
happen
more what
for
I
you.
meant about when we said about people like earning their money or whatever. I do feel like, good and bad, like you said, there are things that just happen, whether it's good or bad,
Right.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I get that.
Do you have any grandparents?
They're all dead.
Yeah.
God, don't you hate it when there's no one to kill for money? We could probably talk about this all day, but we're out of time. We hit our 1 hour mark. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, no problem.
For coming
Thanks
on
for
Thank
coming,
you.
Angela.
and being part of this and explaining why you're so poor.
You're
I
our-
really feel like that helps like me understand your GoFundMe. Because no, but serious. All right,
I think you're our new third mic.
new third mic.
Yeah. Good to be here.
So where you still do comedy though? You're not.
course.
You're not just a total deadbeat. Where can people see you?
I'm not a total
If you
deadbeat.
see Angela, give her $5. You
Let me
can grab
see.
her ass. People can grab your ass, right?
Yeah, well, actually, I will say this: as somebody who brags about her own ass, I should appreciate that because you've always actually been very kind to my
I'm the only
ass.
one grabbing your fucking ass, Angela.
No,
you
that's
giving
not
me
true.
shit this whole
but,
time.
But you've always been very complimentary of my ass. I have to say that.
I love grabbing Angela's ass.
Yeah, she
She's
does.
got a great body, hot rod
Right,
bod. Why
yeah.
don't you put it to work, Angela?
Hey, look, now
You
Jesus
just
fucking
put like some
Christ.
sort of reins on. I'm sure you're somebody's fetish.
We
somewhere.
should
yeah.
comb through this GoFundMe. See, okay, first of all, there are so many yoga retreat GoFundMes, and
I'm
I'm,
not
like,
mad at those girls.
you have
Good
yoga
body.
buddies.
By the way, real
Become
quick,
a
I'm sorry.
stripper.
Go ahead,
Somebody I knew from college, I also saw they did a GoFundMe to fund their fucking honeymoon. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, yeah. So anyway, you can find. So you're saying like online, and then where I'll be performing is
Yeah,
that okay?
any of that.
Okay, any of that
Plug it up.
shit.
Any of
Plug
that.
it. Plug it up. Just like you
So,
plug the
I'm on-
hole in your life.
You can find me on Twitter at Angela Cobb, Instagram Angela Cobb Comedy, Facebook Angela Cobb Comedy. And I don't know when this is coming out. Is this coming out ASAP?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh,
Drops Tuesday.
yeah. Well, actually, next week. So I'll be on the road then next weekend. I'm gonna be up in Troy headlining a show. Big deal up in Troy. No, and
Don't get shot.
I know.
Where?
And which is upstate New York. And then that Friday before that, I got a gig out on Long Island. I'm at Broadway Comedy Club a lot too during the week.
All right, go check her
Angela's
out.
really
Angela's
funny
very
comic.
funny.
Very funny
her
comic.
Twitter feed is very funny. You guys, Angela Cobb. That's two B's, dummies. All right, thanks for listening. If I see any of you guys linked to your GoFundMes, just seriously go fuck yourself.
Go fucking die.
We hate you.